A lot of stupid people answered a poll on my community post on YouTube about how decomposed my body will be when it's finally found. And everyone kept saying that I was going to be freshly dead. And I just thought that was fucking stupid because I spend so much damn time by myself. No one ever reaches out to me or tries to hang out with me or anything. And I had this dream a couple of times. As I said, Rolf appears in every single one of my dreams, and he does. He was in this dream also that I had a couple times. I had a dream that I walked into this room. Now, I never showed you guys this room before, but this is a room in the house that I'm living in, and it smelled terrible in this room. Like the worst kind of stench that you could ever smell in your entire life. It smelled horrible in this room. And I was like, I woke up in my bedroom and that's when I noticed the stench, but it wasn't coming from my bedroom. I walked out here and I'm like, what the hell is that smell? It smells so horrible in here. And then I walk into this room and I look down and I see something on the floor and I notice that what I'm staring at is actually a body, and it looked like it'd been there for a long time, and I was freaked out at first because I thought for some reason I was thinking that some homeless person broke into my house and died. But then I was like, wait a second, but it looks like it'd been there for so long because the skin was changing colors and everything, and it was just so, it had bugs crawling on it, and I didn't know how the bugs got in or anything like that. But let me show you exactly where I saw it. All right, so this is the same room. That is exactly where it was laying. The head part of the body was right on the tip of that arrow, and the feet were like this way. But that's where it was laying. And I was freaked out because I didn't know who it was, but then I looked closely at it. I noticed that it had no shirt on and it was wearing a pair of red shorts and it was wearing a red pointy hat, exactly like the one that I always wear. And then that's when all the fear left me and I was like, oh my God, that's actually me laying there. And I like it went from like fear to fascination at that point, and I was like, oh, cool. But I mean, it was still extremely ominous. And like I have this mirror here. Like I was like looking down at it and I have this mirror right here. And I was able to see myself in the mirror and I was able to see myself standing over my own body. And I didn't like I looked exactly the same as I do now. Well, I looked better than I do now, but I had glowing eyes and I was able to tell that I was the spirit, just like Rolf. And then I saw Rolf. He was standing right here by the door, and Rolf was actually more freaked out than I was. Well, he wasn't freaked out. He was just like really upset and going like, "Come on, Joe, let's go." And he was trying to pull me away, but I kept wanting to stare at the body and I kept wanting to see it because I was fascinated by it. And it was my own body, but he was like, "Joe, come on, let's go." And then eventually like I just followed him out that door and he opened the door and there was this really extremely bright light on the other side of the door and we just walked away with each other and I just felt this really harmonizing feeling. But yeah, I talked about this before in another video, but I really don't want my body to be freshly dead when they find it. I want my body to be decomposed because one, that will show how lonely I was, how no one checked on me at all after I died, and you'll see how long I was left here and everything, and that like basically shows how lonely I was. Another reason why is because I don't want to be like freshly dead when they cremate me. I want to be unrecognizable when they cremate me because it just would be really sad if they cremated me and I looked like I was okay and about to wake up. I want to be decomposed when they cremate me. Even though like the thought of decomposing like freaked me out and everything, it's not going to be that way like forever. I'm not going to be like left to rot. I mean, I'm going to be cremated and I'm going to be ashes buried at a cemetery in Ocala, Florida, and the other half of my ashes are going to be scattered into the Ohio River in Louisville, Kentucky. Meanwhile, my spirit is going to be floating around in heaven, exploring the vast world of heaven with this very handsome man, and we're going to be together for eternity, and I'll be at peace for eternity, free from all the idiots I met in my life on this earth, forever as Joe Winko, but forever free from all the bad people I met in this life on earth. I know exactly that that's going to happen. That is absolutely what will happen. And I'll be with Rolf for all of eternity. And so many more people besides Rolf.